already subscribed, and thank you for taking a listen. If you are new, please like, share, and subscribe. If you enjoy my content and want to see more, I am a birth chart counselor, is what I like to present myself as I like to combine the art of counseling with the art form of using the astrological tool of a birth chart to help bring more self-growth, self-awareness, as well as being aware of other people as they have their own personal birth charts also, which means that we are all unique and different, and we have our different life's purposes. But, well, it's not really a but we're all similar in the same way, because we all have the 12 zodiac signs within us. It's just we have more or less planets and energy going towards certain zodiacs, certain elements, modalities, certain signs. And then depending on how old you are, what life stage you're going through is going to take a part. So we're all kind of similar yet different and unique. Duh. And today I wanted to quickly talk about the zodiac signs and the rulers of that zodiac, as well as tap into the ruler of your actual chart. So the ruler of your first house, or the planet that rules over your first house, kind of taps into a little bit of what is the directive of who you are, your personality. So it's kind of like the extra king or queen, or it, whatever you want to call it, that rules your first house. We will start going through the 12 zodiac signs and just the ruler planet or moon of that sign. So the first one is Aries, representing the first house. The ruler of Aries is Mars. That's why it's action-oriented, kind of go-getter, passionate, expressive, fiery, warlike, willing to charge forward and not think about getting their arm blown up in the battlefield, because they're so passionate and hardcore about what they're about to do. So that is the ruler of Aries. It's very fiery. The ruler of Taurus, the fixed earth sign, is Venus. So beauty, comfort, everything that looks good, feels good, smells good, pleasant, comfortable. Venus is like love, so that is the ruler of Taurus. So you'll see a little bit of characteristics of what a Taurus is, because the ruler of Taurus is Venus. And then the third sign is Gemini. It is mutable air. And so Gemini, the ruler is Mercury. What is Mercury? It rules the mind, thinking, communicating, thinking, overthinking. So Gemini, if you know any of them, they're like, I like to call them the little bumblebees who like to communicate, get to know, go in and out the different groups of society. They like to get to know everyone, learn about everyone, but still they're able to keep their own identity, way of thinking, belief systems, separate from the other people they're interacting with and gathering information from. That's why they're the twins, so they get a bad rap for maybe being two-faced or happy and sad, like they put on a happy face to you, but you don't realize that maybe they're sad on the inside and going through stuff, because they always want to be pleasant, charming, and get to know and communicate with other people in the community or who's near them. Short story. Fourth is Cancer. So Cancer is the cardinal water sign representing home, family, and childhood upbringing. And the moon represents Cancer. The moon changes approximately every 2 to 3 days, 2.5 days into a new sign. So it's the fastest moving. It's not a planet, it's the thing, it's the moon. And it changes often. So you're ebbing and flowing through all the emotions. And the moon only rules over Cancer, not any of the other zodiac signs. Leo is number 5, representing the 5th house, fun and play. It's the fixed fire sign, and the ruler of Leo is the sun, because, you know, they're the most popular, they're the brightest, they shine the most. It represents entertainment, fun, play, the stage, so actors, singers, entertainers, being entertaining, parties, casual fun, casual dating, casual drinking, casual anything, everything lighthearted, team building, superficial stuff, just for fun. Childlike things, creativity, children, the creation. So next is Virgo, the 6th house, the mutable earth sign. The 6th house represents day-to-day activities. So busy, routine. You wake up, go to the bathroom, brush your teeth, wash your face, get ready, possibly go to work or whatever you have to do for the day. And the ruler of Virgo is Mercury, just like Gemini. So thinking, planning, list. I have to do this, I have to do that. In order to do that, I need to do this first. This thing takes about this long for me to do, and this thing takes that long. Like, yes, I can fit that in here. No, I don't have enough time to do that. Okay, I have to think about my own health, because if I don't have health, then I can't work, and I want to help others. So, like, what can I do to help you? Okay, so that's the kind of the energy of Virgo and the ruler of Virgo. Next is Libra, number 7, representing others or relationships, or one-on-one partnerships, business contracts, marriage contracts, what do you call it? Compromise, you know, communication, an air sign, cardinal air sign. It's like, okay, you're going to do this, I'm going to do that, let's work as a team, because 2 heads are better than 1. You know that you kind of do this all the time, and that bothers me. Like, ugh, fine, you know, I guess you're right, you know, and I'll do it because I care about you and I don't want to hurt you, so I'll try and work on it. Because you know, sometimes other people have good intentions because they care, and the people closest to you are going to be the ones who kind of tell you the truth, and they know you hopefully the best, to where they can communicate that and have the patience and love, you know, for you to have that space and time in order to make those changes. And they'll sacrifice or do whatever in order to help you do that, or stay away, or whatever the complications or not going on in there. So the planet ruler of Libra is Venus, so the same as Taurus. So you know, Venus represents beauty, the finer things in life, aesthetics. You know, we like to make things look good. If you know any Libras, and I'm a Libra rising, it's just like everything kind of looks good on them. It's kind of annoying. I'm not saying that everything that I wear looks good, because it's not actually the truth. I'm dressing up for you because this is on film, going to be uploaded everywhere. But it's kind of beauty in a way that is just aesthetically pleasing, like the surroundings of a Libra just need to look good. You know, it's kind of like you can go to Europe. It just looks nicer depending on where you live. Like, does the environment look kind of nice? Like, come on, if you're gonna build something or do something, at least if you're gonna spend the time and money on it, just do it right and kind of put a little bit of effort and touch, you know, to make it look like you want to look at it, you know. It's kind of like that. And then Libra is kind of a little people pleaser a little bit, you know. It's like, oh, you know, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings because, you know, Venus doesn't like fighting. It's just ew, you know. So Venus is a ruler of a Libra. So next is Scorpio. Scorpio is fixed water sign. So it's very deep, like wanting to be enmeshed and just like want to know the deep, dark secrets and depth of your soul. Very passionate, piercing, intense, going down the rabbit hole of like skeletons in the closet, like want to know like all the weird stuff that someone does or someone that they care about or are focused on. Like they want to know every little crack, wrinkle on their face. I'm just kidding. But they're just very deep and passionate about whatever they're focused on. So we need people like that at times, like detectives, people who are deep, psychological, passionate about getting down to the truth, the nick and cranny about something, or fighting for a cause, fighting for something that's just within you emotionally. Otherwise, you know, you wouldn't care to try that hard or sacrifice so much of your time and effort into exploring something or solving something. It kind of goes for the other fixed signs too. But the ruler of Scorpio is two planets, so Mars and Pluto. So that's why it's the Scorpion. When you make a Scorpio mad or you hurt a Scorpio, they will sting you with their stinger, you know, because they feel things deep, a lot deeper than like a Leo. Leo represents surface level stuff. Not saying that you're superficial if you're a Leo or have a lot of Leo in your chart, but you know, it pierces much, much deeper for a Scorpio. And so if you hurt them, be scared. Be a little bit scared. I've been scared by some like Scorpio risings. I'm like, holy shit. Like, was that really necessary? At least not to me, but I've witnessed it. So that is a thing. And then the other planet that rolls over Scorpio is Pluto. Did I already say that? No. So Pluto represents deep change and transformation. So, you know, it's power and control plays, learning to let go, you know, because sometimes when you're too fixated on something, it's really hard to like just like, hey, we need to move on, let it go, you know, because there's other things in the world or other focuses that you can put your energy towards, because this other thing is just not going to budge right now. So you're just going to make yourself mad and frustrated and emotional and feel stuck when there's just nothing you can do about it. So Pluto is just deep change and transformation, and I'm a Venus in Scorpio at 28 degrees, so I feel this energy a lot, and it's my chart ruler because I'm a Libra rising. Woo! And then we have Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is the 11th house, mutable fire sign, and the planet ruler of Sagittarius is Jupiter. So a big giant gas planet that is just expansive. So everything is even more optimistic. It's very lucky. It's more like a manifester. It's like growth, expansion, positivity, big belief system, big philosophy, international travel, international cultures, international language. There's not just one thing, no one belief system or one culture, one language. There's like all of this, but it's just zoomed out. So if you look at the world, you can, or the galaxy, whatever, zoomed out, it's like, oh my god, this is so big. You know, like it's the big overview philosophy of whatever it is. Typically it's represents religion, publishing, teachings, like the professor in college, or the person who wrote the textbook, for instance, who knows it so well that they know how to dumb it down and break it into little parts, because that's just, they know it. Like they don't need to research or do anything. It's just the big overview of what that is. Sometimes Sagittarius is so optimistic that they can seem a little crazy, but some way they believe in themselves so much that they can make it happen. Sometimes they're just maybe too optimistic. Maybe that's a good thing. So yeah, so Jupiter rules Sagittarius, and Jupiter is like a lucky sign. So lucky you if you are a Sagittarius or have a ton of Sagittarius in your chart. I am a Saturn in Sagittarius and in the 3rd house, so I have a little bit of this, at least with trying to grow my brain, even though I never thought that I actually try to gain that much knowledge, but in a weird way I do. So yeah, there's a thing to that. And then we have Capricorn. Capricorn represents the 10th house. It's the highest point of the chart where everybody sees you, or it's your public image, reputation, your career house that's furthest away from home and family. And the ruler of Capricorn is Saturn. Wah, wah, wah. It's the planet of restriction, duty, responsibility, delays, setbacks, karma, having to do everything the slow, hard, meticulous way, so you really learn it. You can't do the Cliff Notes version or the summarized version, or let me copy and paste into ChatGPT and give me the summary over that. Like, it will not let you learn that way. In order to really grow and develop in the Saturnian way. And I'm a Sun in Capricorn, Mercury in Capricorn, Neptune in Capricorn, in the 4th house of home and family. And I just went through that ridiculous 15 years of Pluto in Capricorn crap. So it was brutal, you know. So if you have a lot of Capricorn in your chart, I feel you. And everything is delayed, you know, and that's just a part of life. And everyone goes through what is called a Saturn return, which maybe I'll create a different video for that, but it's approximately every 30-ish years that you'll start feeling the energy come in. Maybe you'll be unconscious that that's even happening, but you are getting into it around the age 27, and then it hits around the peak 29, 30, 31, and then depending on how much work you really need to do on the inside and whatever else is happening, you kind of start coming out of it at age 32, 33. Maybe you feel like you died, metaphorically speaking, just like Jesus at age 33, and then you're like, oh my god, you know, now I'm a real adult, and I learned a lot from whatever crap show that you just went through. And then you do another 30-year life review around age 60 and 90 if you live that long. And if we start living forever every 30 years after that. Next is Aquarius. So the 11th house. Friends, networking, communication, kind of like a public house also. And that is fixed air, and the ruler of Aquarius is also Saturn, but also Uranus. So having Uranus in there, it's super quick, fast, explosive, like a lightning bolt coming out of nowhere. If you watch Seinfeld in the past, like Frasier busting in a room, opening the door and going, if you ever watched that show. So she's like, oh my God, like, where did that come from? It's kind of startling, shocking, creates chaos, or it's chaotic, which may be the reason why that Aquarius is very fixed, to try and control and balance out that chaotic energy. But it's very futuristic, forward thinking, innovative, rebellious, outside of the norm, whatever is normal in society. Aquarius people, or people who have a lot of Aquarius in their chart, they like to go against the norm. It's the only planet that spins on its side. So it's like, I want to be different, and you know, I just don't want to follow the rules necessarily, but you know, because the rules are kind of dumb and the rules were meant to be broken. But I guess I also have to be responsible, and you know, yeah, Saturn is kind of forcing me to, otherwise I'll lose my job and I need money, but I want to rebel at the same time. So Saturn and Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. And then we have Pisces, number 12, the mutable water sign. It is dream state. We just dissolve all boundaries and escape into another world, into our dreams, into our subconscious mind, where we can just isolate and get away from the real world, because the real world is sometimes mundane and it sucks at times. So we need to be in La La Land, dreamland, you know. And I can sometimes be good at this because Pisces rules my 6th house of day-to-day routine. It also rules spirituality, you know, the great ethers that is beyond death. And it's creativity, it's mysticism, being mysterious, creative. Like, you know, if you think of creation, and I wouldn't think of it like a blank sheet of paper, but it's like, okay, if you had a blank sheet of paper and you got to create whatever you wanted, at least in the 2D art style sense, like, what would you draw? You know, or maybe you take that blank sheet of paper and you don't even draw anything. Maybe you start folding it up, or start shredding it and then playing with the shreds of paper, and then you don't know, maybe you just start sticking that shred of paper and you're like, poof, you know, I'm creating another piece of paper, and let's make the paper blue, you know. And then we're gonna do something like, oh, I didn't know it's gonna turn out like that. So it's just infinite possibilities. It tends to be the wisest sign because it's already gone through all of the zodiac signs technically. So if you're not that wise, well, that doesn't mean that Pisces is a direct indicator that you were wise. That's up to you. And Pisces can also be emotionally manipulative, you know, like technically all the water signs have that capability because they just know emotions. They have the PhD of emotions. So they kind of know how to get what they want through emotions and being just like emotionals, or just intuitively knowing or seeing other people's emotions and their facial reactions, and they can be manipulative or deceiving because it's just like they're so mystical and mysterious sometimes. All the Pisces that I know are actually super nice, and they're the easiest ones to get along because they're just so wise that, you know that they have this unconditional love about them, because it's kind of like the universe and everyone has a part to play. And, that part is beautiful, whether it looks good or bad to one person. If you kind of zoom out and see, how everything interacts, you need all the positive and all the negative interacting with each other in order to appreciate life and what we can do with it. So that's kind of the mystical thing. Oh, I never even talked about the planet ruler. So planet ruler of Pisces is Neptune. So it's just like rose-colored glasses, romance, dreamy. It's like picnics, on a beautiful landscape, or giving flowers and writing poems to your lover, and probably having a lot of lovers because you just love everybody, and you just can't pick. There's no boundaries. Like, why just love one person when you can love all the people, or love a whole group of them? I just can't pick because they're all great and beautiful in their own way, and I love all of them, that I can't just pick one of them. That doesn't mean that a Pisces can't be loyal. They can, but it's just the energy of it. It's just like an abundance of infinite dreams, possibilities, unconditional love, unconditional wisdom, because you just want everyone to be better. Or very spiritual. It's a place where you escape to meditate and isolate, or go venture off on a kind of escape reality. It can be addictions too. It's one of the addiction signs, kind of like Leo a little bit. So I gave you a little taste of each zodiac sign as well as their rulers, and depending on where your first house, where the zodiac is for your first house, you're going to look at what that zodiac sign's planet is and where that is in your chart, what zodiac sign that is and what house it is, and that is going to play a part in how that affects you as a personality and what your kind of direction is a little bit. So that is my video on the planet rulers of each zodiac sign, as well as a little bit of characteristics for each one of them, just for review, because repetition is learning. If you like this video, I have more in the playlist down below. Check it out. And please like, so I get boosted up more. I'm trying to survive here just like everybody else. And please subscribe if you want to see more. Leave a comment down below if it resonates at all or not, or what other kind of videos you'd like to see. I do Western astrology. And you can go to book a reading if you would like at my website, which is linked down below. www.natashascreativewellness.com. I also have merchandise, journals, yoga mats, other stuff that I don't remember that's created and shipped from a third-party source, but I designed the products, or they come from actual art pieces and paintings that I've done in the past. So if you want to show support, purchase something, and check out any downloadable stuff that I may or may not have depending on when you watch this video. And yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, this is like a hat, but this, I don't think everyone would want to have a hat like this, or maybe you do, because I think it's cute, right? Don't you think it's cute, my logo? So yeah, the hat is in there for merchandise, and I have other products, journals. So it's like creative ways of getting to know yourself a little bit better, being aware of some things that maybe you didn't notice before. So if you're interested in that, please book a reading down below, and I will get that to you as soon as possible. It's a pre-recorded reading. All you need is your date of birth, location of birth, and the time of your birth, AM or PM. Don't forget that, that's important. And a really good email so I can send you the private link whenever that's ready. And I'm usually typically fast. So yes, thank you for watching. If you made it this far, like, subscribe, watch more of my videos. Yes, okay, bye. So high, so high, so high.